Hey, what's up, everybody? In this video, I wanted to show you guys how I got my first deal and how I'm consistently doing multiple deals every month using this exact same list. Um, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Ryan. I'm a real estate investor. I've been doing a lot of subject to and seller finance deals for the past 18 months. I've done over 30 plus deals. So that's what I'm going to share with you guys today of how I've done over 30 deals and how you can also do them too. So let's hop right into it. I'm going to share my screen with you and we can get started. All right, so right here, what I got pulled up is Deal Sauce. Deal Sauce is a platform that I use to find my list that I'm going to be calling. And just so you guys know, this list is one of the more affordable ways to get it because I'm not having all these costs having to pay for cold callers or anything else. I'm doing it all myself and I'm going directly to the agent. So this is all on market deals directly to the agent. I'm not reaching out to sellers or having to skip trace them and pay for it. So this is one of the more affordable ways. And you can get basically all of the information for free. Guys, the other thing is that they give you a 14-day free trial. So essentially everything that I'm showing you, you can get everything for free. You can sign up with your email. They give you 14 days free. You can get this entire list. You can start calling it. You just need your cell phone. You don't need anything else. You don't have to pay for any other systems. You literally can get this all for free for 14 days. And then even if you want to, let's say your 14 days is up, get another email, sign up for another 14 days. And if you need a new list, you can pull the list again. If you guys want to use Deal Sauce, I'll put the link down in the description below. Yes, I do make a little bit of money off of it. I hope it helps you guys because it definitely helps me stay motivated to keep putting these videos out. And Deal Sauce has been awesome for me and this list. So let's get right into the list. All right, so let's just say, for example, we're just going to choose a random market. Let's just say we're going to do North Carolina, right? So we'll type in North Carolina and we'll click on the entire state. Now we can do like a specific county if we wanted to, but in this instance, we'll just click on the entire state just to make it easier so we can see all of these deals, right? All right, so we got North Carolina. Now, the next thing that you're going to want to go to is low equity right here. On this drop down, we want to include low equity. Now, what that means is just they have a loan to value greater than 80%, meaning that they don't have a ton of equity in the property, right? But now this is still showing all the properties on the side over here. They're not on market yet. So then the other thing we want to click on is active listings, right? So this is going to pull all the properties that are currently active on the market and that have low equity in North Carolina. So right now there's about 1,700. So if we look down, we can see all these, right? This one says it's owned by Alexander. This one says, it's owned by Steven. We can see how long it's been on the market, or when it actually went on the market, what the listing price is, and that it's active right now on the MLS. And guys, one thing that I do like about Deal Sauce is that the MLS data is actually like super accurate. Apparently, they update it like every 5 minutes. So, you shouldn't have any that are like no longer active or that are sold or like you're not having to wait, a week or 2 weeks for the data to be updated again. But some of the other things that I also like to do included in my filters is sometimes where it says individually owned, it'll say business owned, like this one right here. And businesses can be a little bit harder, even though it's still on the market. What I like to do, I specifically am looking for subject to deals, right? So I can take over a conventional loan, a VA loan, an FHA loan. Now, the businesses I don't know what type of loan they have on the property. It would definitely tell us in here if we clicked it and looked, but I specifically, just to narrow down my list a little bit more, I'm going to go to my filters up here. And then within the filter, I'm going to go down to ownership information and I'm going to do individual. And then within Deal Sauce, they automatically include within these active listings, single family, condo, townhouse. You can do multifamily apartments if you want to. I'm going to get rid of the multifamily and apartments because I just mainly want single family homes, to put renters in. And so now we got down to a search result of 1,500 properties in the state of North Carolina. All right, so let's just say, for example, we wanted to look at this one. So the owner is Colin. It was listed on May 17th of 2024, so it's been on the market for quite a while. They're asking 475. And this right here is telling us the loan to value. This retail price is just stating that like that's what the system thinks that the property is worth in this area. And this is what it's listed for. So let's click into it. All right. So here on the side, what I love about this is that we can literally see all the photos that are on the MLS. We don't have to go to a third-party platform like Zillow or Redfin to check out all the pictures to see what the property looks like. We literally get the whole listing description right in here. So we can see it looks like a pretty nice property, like turnkey, ready to go. We could throw a renter in this if we're able to make it work, right? Um, the most important part that we're some of the other important parts, I shouldn't say the most important, but some of the other important parts that we want to look at is okay, so we can see here the last this before and after is usually like if it's been flipped, if you're like going to do a cash deal or something, sometimes you can see like the before and see the before photos and then the after photos. But in this case, it was just saying this is when it was last sold and what it was bought for. So as you scroll down, we're going to see more ownership information, more about the property right here. And the important part right here is the mortgage amount. So, right, it looks like their mortgage amount originally when they purchased the property was for $405,900. And now their estimated balance is $385,000, right? But remember, they have the property listed for 475. So after you account for the real estate agent's commissions, whether that's the listing agent and the buyer's agent, and then you account for closing costs, by the time all those fees are deducted out of this, there's really not going to be much. Sometimes on some properties, it depends. There might be a little bit of money left where the seller, they might get like 10 grand in their pocket and then that's it, that they would just walk away with the 10 grand. Sometimes they have no equity where they're literally just breaking even on the property after all the real estate commissions and the closing costs. And then other times, sometimes they might be, having to cut a check in order to sell their own property, which, in those cases, that's definitely not what you want to do. As the seller of the property, they're not wanting to have to pay for it, right? So that's where we can come in and offer more of a creative finance option where we can say, hey, what if I could, put that 10 grand in their pocket or make it to where they don't have to write a check and I could just take over those payments subject to. So we can see all the numbers down here for underwriting that we need to look at, right? And then you can see right here the loan, right? So it's a new conventional loan. Here's the total amount, and it's at a 3.89%, right? Can't get a 3.89% today. Like there's just no way that you could get that, right? The only way that you could get that is if you buy a property subject to like this. So one of the other things that's really nice about this is you can just go right here and under the listing description, you can see all the MLS information. So we see right there it's listed by Matt. Here's his phone number. And sometimes it will provide their email, but you could also just look up his email on Google if it's not provided. But literally just call up Matt and you can talk to him. And the script is super simple. You don't really even have to know a lot about subject to. You could literally just say, hey, Matt, I saw your listing on Aldine Bridge Drive. I'm probably not even pronouncing that right, but I saw your listing there on Bridge Drive. Just, build up some rapport with him, ask him a little bit about the property. Just be like, hey, I was looking at this. Like, tell me what's going on with it. It looks like, they kind of probably don't have a ton of equity. I'm sure you guys have got a bunch of lower offers, and I get why that doesn't work because they it looks like they still have a loan that they need to pay off, right? And he'll probably say something like, yeah, you're right. Then you could just be like, hey, well, what if we could come in and take over the payments and um, your client could walk away with whatever little equity they have, or instead of having to cut a check, we could just come in and take over their payments. And he may say, tell me more about that. And that's really all you have to do at that point. You don't have to know the other part. If they say yes to that, then you can literally pass it on to somebody like me who can help you out, and I'll help you close the deal. You can just send me a DM on my Instagram at It's Truly Ryan, and I will help you out, and we'll get this deal closed. But literally, it's as simple as that. The other nice thing about this is that you can see sometimes on here. Let me try to find a different one that helps with underwriting is that it will show, like, let's say we look at this one for Rise and Drive, right? So it shows the rental estimates are 3,200 to 3,900 in this area. So that helps us understand like what this property might rent for as a long-term rental, which is super helpful to know. So we know it's 3,200. If we scroll down here to the financial under the loans, we see their estimated payment to be 2,900, right? Okay, we see, so that's just an estimate. We're actually going to find out what their monthly payment is if we're going to be taking over their payments. But we know, okay, their monthly payment's 2,900, and then we can come back up here and look and say, wow, it rents for, 3,200 to 3,900. I mean, if we could get the high end, like that's $1,000 difference. That would be really good. Like, so this might be a property that, shoot, I might even reach out to Brett and, see if this is something that maybe would work for them, where we could come in and take over their payments because it looks like, it would rent as a long-term rental. It would cash flow and it has a 3% interest rate. Wow, that's really good. Oh, this is a credit line. So even though they still have a 2.93%. Yeah, guys, with this list, I mean, you can do multiple deals a month. You have all the information that you need right here. You can literally take this whole list. You can take all 1,500 properties and you can export them into like an Excel file. And then you can import it into like Google Sheets or just use your spreadsheet, your Excel spreadsheet. And you can go down the list calling all the agents, and then you can make notes on the side and then like put notes of when you need to follow up or, do different things. Like when I first started doing it, I literally would just export this whole list, put it in an Excel sheet, and then any of the ones I needed to follow up with, I would highlight yellow. Any of the ones that, wanted to move forward or were interested, I would highlight green. Any ones that weren't interested, I would highlight red. You'll definitely figure it out, but this is how you can do your first deal or multiple deals a month. I hope that helped. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments. And like I said, I use Deal Sauce. If you guys want to use Deal Sauce as well, I'll put the link down below in the description. And as I mentioned before, yes, I do make a little bit of money off of it, but I hope it helps you guys because it's definitely helped me and it's an amazing tool. But yeah, guys, I'll catch you next time. See ya.